Welcome to the Tri-Cities Mixtape. Today, from left to right, I am joined by
William Hernandez,
JP,
and Rain Darling.
Now, Rain is pretty new to the team. Rain, welcome. I think this will be your first official, the audience's first time hearing you.
Rain's a baddie.
Rain is a very creative person, and she reached out to me wanting to help out with the Tri-Cities Mixtape. And she's been an asset to the team. She helped get our stickers made. She's very stylish and a great addition to this collection of cool kids that I have so far. So welcome to the team officially, Rain.
You on the cool kid collection. We should make like Garbage Pail Kids cards.
Oh my God, we'll get sued, but let's do it.
We can call it something else.
Yeah, but we're here today to not only intro the Nappy Roots interview that William and I did, but to also recap some of the Clover Island Concert Series.
Yes.
William, what do you remember of our interview with the Nappy Roots?
With Nappy Roots, honestly, I asked them a lot about how new age artists need to create a brand for themselves and also like bring in marketing to their,
My first question to them was wrong because I remembered seeing them on Oprah, but they'd never been on Oprah. So I cut that part out. It was embarrassing. And before
they just, like,
no, they're like, man, we were on Conan, we were on Ricky Lake, we did Letterman, we never been on Oprah. And I'm just like, fuck. And before the show, I told my wife that. She's like, I think you might want to fact check that. I'm like, I remember it right, and I didn't. Because I'm a dumb bitch. Anyway, here's our interview with the Nappy Roots.
Bye.
Welcome to the Tri-Cities Mixtape. This is Miguel Ortiz. We are live on location at the Clover Island Concert Series. Today, I am joined by
William Hernandez.
William Hernandez is not only one of our co-hosts, but he's also the media director of the Clover Island Concert Series.
That is correct.
And for Emerald Spark Events.
Yes.
Today, we are joined by Southern hip-hop legends, the Nappy Roots. Now, from my left to right, tell me your name.
Yo, what up, fam? This Fish Scales representing Nappy Roots.
Skinny DeVille, what's good?
We'll just take it back. Obviously, you guys are from Kentucky. How did the Nappy Roots start?
We hooked up in college, going to Western Kentucky University in Bowling Green, Kentucky.
Oh, shout out.
Yeah, shout out to the Hilltoppers. Between the years of, I would say, 93 to 96, we would just meet up at house parties, kick it, rap, freestyle, smoke weed, go to Portland and get beer. We were just a big, clique of incoming, freshmen and whatnot. We always just kind of stuck together through hip hop. So over the years, we evolved into the group Nappy Roots, opened a record store, got signed to Atlantic Records in 98, been making music ever since.
Yeah, and he said Portland. That's Portland, Tennessee.
I didn't know there was a Portland, Tennessee.
It's cool that
we thought about Portland, Oregon.
Portland, Tennessee.
Portland, Tennessee is cool. They used to sell beer 7 days a week. Bowling Green, where we went to school at, it was only 6 days a week.
Oh, okay.
And we were terrible at planning, so even though we could have bought all the beer we wanted on Saturday, we just never would do that.
Right.
And so we would go on Sundays to Portland, Tennessee. Cool spot if you ever near Nashville. Look for
a 30-minute drive from our school. So anyway, we just hooked up, hanging out, drinking beer, smoking weed, rapping.
Right.
And it just kind of evolved, like I said, into, this 6-man collective.
Right.
That, got assigned to a record.
Okay, yeah, 98. So, I guess where did music start? I guess y'all can obviously speak for yourselves, but did y'all start like singing in choir or writing poetry? When did you start first expressing yourself musically?
I dabbled around 3rd grade. A couple things here, a couple things there, 8th grade. Never took it really serious until I really got to college and started hanging around these guys and started really pushing the envelope. Outkast and Goody Mob had just came out. Yeah. So that was very inspiring to me because they were speaking how I thought I could relate to them because we were pretty much the same age. We were the same age as Outkast and Goody Mob if you put us into years. I could just relate to them so much more than I feel like I could anybody else that I was listening to.
Yeah, for sure.
And so I was like, man, come on. If they can do it, we can do it.
Right.
And that's kind of what me and my partner Clutch thought about. Like, we can start a group. You know what I'm saying? We can do what they're doing and just be from Kentucky and do it.
Right.
And I was like, yeah, we can. That shit, fuck, hell yeah.
So actually, this makes me...
From there, I just didn't have another thought in my mind that I wasn't going to do what I'm doing now.
Right. This makes me think, where do y'all remember the 1995 Source Awards when Andre 3000 says the South has got something to say? And here we're 30 years later, and y'all are still, representing that and still, perform. People still coming to see you. Y'all still got beloved hits and still making new stuff.
Right.
So I mean, Andre was not wrong. But I guess I wanted to go back to. I'm sure you guys were watching the Source Awards back then, or were aware of that moment.
Of course.
And because that was right about when you guys were getting to college and meeting each other. Yeah. So I guess you saying Outkast was a big influence, but specifically that moment of because a lot of people say that is a turning point in hip hop.
Yeah.
You know, when go ahead.
Here's some other names that you got to throw in around that same time. 8 Ball and MJG.
Oh yeah.
UGK, 666.
Oh yeah.
These groups, and of course, Ghetto Boys.
Oh yeah.
But these groups was bubbling, man. Like Outkast did blow up the largest, but there was a lot of groups that knocked the door down for groups like us. You know what I'm saying? That really just kept chipping away at it when the South wasn't even cool. Master P, you know, that might have been the final straw when Master P came. It's like
Cash Money too, though.
Yeah, they came out kind of after Master P, but the door was wide open at that point for the South. But you know, it did come from moments like what you mentioned, Dre speaking at the Source, because that was the early part of it.
Yeah.
You know, that was very 8 Ball and MJG probably weren't even at the Source Wars. I don't know, you know, but that's how early it was.
Coming Out Hard was out though.
Yeah, it was 93.
Coming Out Hard was out, so they had.
To us, it was out. That's the thing.
Yeah. What got you into music? Were you a poet? Were you a singer or a musician?
First time hearing hip hop, man, I knew that's what I wanted to do. My dad had a Run DMC album, and I just knew that's what I wanted to do. And I wanted to be in a group, just like Run DMC had a group. One person did this, one person did that, another person did something else. And I like that dynamic of hip hop, of sharing verses and all of that.
Right.
So I just knew I wanted to rap from the moment I heard those guys, and all the way up to, you know, I really started writing verses like in 3rd grade, 9 years old probably.
Okay.
My cousin would give me a topic to write about, and I would write for them. You know, rap for them. But, you know, really just came to college and seen a group of guys who was doing their thing, and I really wanted to be a part of that. You know, that's when they started Nappy Roots about 2 years before I got there.
Oh, okay.
It was just Skinny and Clutch. So I seen that and I knew I wanted to be a part of it, you know, and a year later it happened.
All right. What can y'all tell me about your first like live performances?
Shit's 30 years ago, man.
Right.
We was scared out our ass probably.
Yeah.
Drinking to take the shivers and the anxiety out. We performed for the first couple. We performed on campus, and you know, some were good, some not so good. We performed any chance that we could get. We performed at a high school on when my son was born, for their prom or something like that. We weren't nobody. We were just taking gigs anywhere we could.
Yeah.
In Bowling Green, Kentucky, just like any up and comer, probably in Kennewick. You know what I'm saying? He wants to get started. You got to start at the beginning, and so that was 30 years ago. I can tell you that we just came from Alaska though. That was last week.
Yeah.
You know, we was in Anchorage and Fairbanks.
If you're gonna compare your stage performance then to Alaska last week,
I can. We
well,
still have the same passion and energy for it. You know, to talk about 30 years ago is not exciting to me. I rather talk about
for sure.
What we doing today or what we did last week. I don't try not to go too far back down memory lane.
Oh yeah.
We got 30 years in, you know, so that's a lot of talk.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I got you.
That, you know, there's some cliff notes. There's some things that are probably real fuzzy, and some things that I probably would say we rocked out. And I can tell you that when we started, we probably had more shots at doing shows with artists that we probably just mentioned. We did a show with 8 Ball MJG. We did a show with Cash Money.
Yeah.
We did a show. Hell, we toured with Jay-Z in NERD.
Oh shit!
Like, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, we've done shows with 311, not Mariah. That's what's Mariah Carey. Alicia Keys. Yeah. We've been on the road with
wait, 311 the Rock Band?
Dave
shit!
Matthews. Yeah,
for real?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Wait, Dave Matthews too?
Yeah, we were fortunate to kind of cross over to that. We had a certain market, like the college crowd.
Okay.
I guess they related to us because we were in college, so we were fortunate to touch people at a certain place in their life to where they just kind of grew with us.
Yeah.
You know, and we could do a tour with Dave Matthews and be the rap version of his tour, and people could appreciate it. They didn't want all the rap, but they was like, okay, we like that.
Yeah.
group for whatever reason, and we was able to fill that void in a lot of places.
Nice. So on the topic of musical identity and stuff, I did some research to make sure that what I'm saying is correct. Thank God for Google. But so you had your first debut independent album called Country Fried Cess, right? And your commercial debut album, Watermelon Chicken and Grits, right? To your newly released single, Color Outside the Lines, right? Okay, awesome. So my question is, how would you describe the sound and soul of Nappy Roots today? And how has your music evolved since the early days from your independent, ventures and stuff to now? And what has influenced that evolution?
I'll start with the question of what do we sound like? What does Nappy Roots sound like today? I have to say, like, mature hip hop, very socially conscious, very aware of our responsibility, as men, as black men, to our community. And, we feel like music is our part. That's where we can shine more light on some of the stuff that's going on in the world. We're family men. You'll hear that in our music. You won't hear us, back in the day, we partied. It was all about partying, having a good time. But you'll hear more deeper concepts in our music now, while at the same time partying in a different way, happy about different things that we didn't mention back in the day. We're happy about going home and seeing your kids and, or seeing families at family reunions. But and that evolution came, we started working with this guy named 808 Blake, and we brought him in about 12, 13 years ago because we knew he understood our old sound, Nappy Roots, and kind of could help us evolve into a newer sound without losing who we are. And I give him a lot of credit, 808 Blake, for kind of knowing what sound Nappy Roots could do without doing the same old sound that they was expecting from us. So to evolve is hard, man, because people always know you. You can never be brand new again. People will always know you for those first two records, All Nah, Hell Nah, Po Folks. And you, as an artist, you're constantly trying to bring them along with you, like into what I'm doing now. So it's a thing that we'll always have to deal with as artists making new music. But I think our new music is, our best work. And I know a lot of artists say that, but I really mean it. I'm most proud of this work.
Yeah, I think hip hop, more than most other genres, doesn't allow its artists to age gracefully.
Older. Right.
And I'm 40 now, but yeah, for the longest time I kind of did man, grown-ups don't party, and then
right.
Obviously I became a grown-up, or I met more grown-ups, or I listened to some more grown-up music, and I'm like, yeah, these fools were partying, but they're partying on another level in a different way.
Yeah, you gotta have fun.
It might be a cookout.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You might be chilling with a couple homies watching the game, or you playing cards, or you might be with your family at the park going out. You might go to one of your kids' things with him, and that's still going out.
Yeah.
So there's variations of, back then it was just you was going out because you was young and you was probably staying with your parents.
Yeah.
You got to come in at a certain time.
Getting out the house.
And you trying to just do something in a 3-hour period.
Yeah.
And then not kill yourself in the process and get home an hour later than your mom wanted you to. Now it's like I'm trying to get home an hour early because I have more fun staying at home and hanging out with my family than hanging out with a bunch of knuckleheads doing nothing up to no good that we all can get shot.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So I think it's cool to grow old, and I think to grow old is to learn and adapt to your surroundings, and that's in our music. When we started back then, we were just partying, drinking beers, hanging out of college students. But you get one kid, you get another, you get marriage, comes into play. You still want to keep the brand and the business going, so you come, you try to be creative and try to reinvent yourself a few times to have a career, because as an artist, the goal is to have a career, not just to put out a record or be famous.
Right.
Because you can be famous for one thing, you can be infamous for a bunch of other things. And then you don't have a career. You just can't never have the career you thought because you did something wrong. It's, we came up before the internet really took off and really had, before virality.
Yeah.
We blew up before virality, so we had to really go out there and get it. And now, we don't have to go and grind so much. You don't have to go city to city no more. You can just put something out online and let the streaming platforms pick it up, get on a couple playlists, and if you're on satellite radio, you're already all over the country and the world. You don't have to go city to city shaking hands and kissing ass with, you know, PDs and DJs from different cities. You know what I'm saying? So it's a different time to put out music than it was back when we started.
So that brings me to another question, right? So a lot of artists have, sorry about that, certain goals when they release their music. What are your goals? As far as I know from listening in this conversation, it's kind of being like mentors for the black men and the black community and stuff. So what? How has your goals changed from the beginning of your music career to now, as far as releasing music?
Accomplishments change once you reach and you get certain accomplishments. Like to go platinum, you know, that was great. We accomplished that. You know, to be Grammy nominated twice, great. We accomplished
Congratulations.
that. To tour the world, great. We accomplished that. You know what I'm saying? We probably hit 50 out of the 51 cities touring. We haven't hit Hawaii as Nappy Roots.
Oh, okay.
But two of the members
Please
have
do.
went.
I lived there.
Did you?
Yeah, I lived there for like 9 years.
Two of the members have went, but they didn't perform. But we've traveled extensively. We've met people that we would probably never get a chance to meet if we were just, you know, ho-humming it or gave up a long time ago. Those goals are daily and, you know, weekly, monthly, yearly aspirations. But now, you know, I would like to get to a 10th album. I would like for us to, you know, tour at our leisure and do the shows we want to do and not be forced to have to do anything other than the things that we want to do. I will leave it that broad in my goals, so it's not so precise as it used to be, because I've already accomplished a lot of things to where I realized that once you caught the rabbit or the dog that caught the ambulance, it's like, now what do you do with this shit? You put it up on the wall and look at it,
Right.
or you go back outside the next day and try to and go for the next one. So it's always the daily goals is what pretty much drives me versus the longer 5 and 10 years.
I have a question as far as yeah, you guys did have some big hits. Was there pressure back then, like after All Nah, that like they wanted you to make another song where you use like another like Southern phrase as the hook? Because I know the record business is like, you do something great, do it again, you know? Did they try to make y'all to get another like "oh heck" or whatever?
I mean, no, but they wanted to run and keep it running. I mean, we came out with All Nah, we came out with Po Folks, we came out with Heads Up. Then we came out the next album. It was Round the Globe, and it was Sick and Tired, in which they were all kind of in that same. We came from Kentucky that no one really knew what Kentucky was.
Right.
So we had a blank slate when we came out.
Oh yeah.
So it was wide open to keep. There's multiple aspects of Kentucky that are out there, but the ones that we were trying to show them, they weren't really interested in.
Right.
They wanted to get more of the rural part of Kentucky.
Yeah.
And I'm from Louisville. Most of the group is from Louisville. Louisville is the biggest city in Kentucky.
Right.
It's a population that's got 1 million people surrounded with the Jefferson County attached to it.
Right.
So people from Louisville think it's a city for real. You know?
Okay. Yeah.
But why you guys out here in barns with cows and shit
Right.
when you guys are from here?
Yeah.
And it's like, well, we tried that way and no one really bought it, so we had to go give them another part of Kentucky.
Right.
So it was a lot of marketing
Right.
and being creative that we had to embrace, accept, and we had fun living in Bowling Green, so we didn't see nothing wrong with showing them Bowling Green
For sure.
or Taylorsville, Kentucky. We didn't have to show them the big city, but the Atlantic Records wanted us to say, okay, this is what's making money. Let's keep doing that. And it's like, yeah, well, we want to do other things because
We don't want to wear overalls all the time.
There's 6 of it.
Yeah. For real. I mean, they came back big though, so I
Yeah.
hope you guys held on to a few.
Yeah, no, we played into what the stereotypes were of what people thought Kentuckians would be,
Right.
or what they thought it was, and that's what got their attention.
Right.
But creative control was big for us as Nappy Roots, and so after the second album that we did, which is a great album, Wood and Leather, it dawned on us that being independent will probably be the better way to go for what we're trying to do as a brand,
Right.
because we don't have to keep trying to give you these hit crazy singles that are over the fence all the time.
Right.
Because we was losing, we felt that we were kind of losing base with the people that helped get us started.
Right.
We got too big for them. And as if anybody, like, oh, check out my homie or check out so-and-so, he's about to blow up.
Right.
Everybody loves those artists that are on the way up. And then when they get there, it's like, shit, he's famous. Let me go find,
Yeah.
and let me go look at some other artists that also was on the underground that are dope.
Right.
So there was this place he was trying to live, which is being, known, but still having the underground and the grassroots approach respect as Nappy Roots. We still wanted to be a grassroots household name without trying to make gimmick records all the damn time to stay famous. I'd rather be respected than famous.
Yeah.
That's the better play for us because we're still here doing it 30 years.
Yeah. And I think what like executives people don't get that like what made All Nah so great is it came probably from a more sincere place and you can't reproduce that.
No, it was an accident. Not really, because we knew we were trying to do it.
Well, yeah.
And we knew it was going to be big, but we didn't know it was going to be that big and do what it did. So,
right.
But we was innocently playing with fire and kerosene and we was innocently making meth and we didn't know we was making meth.
Right. But I know a lot of people think, we hear your song in a Target commercial or it was in The Secret Life of Pets that y'all are set because you had a handful, like 2 or 3 hits or whatever. And not to say that you guys aren't doing well, you guys are obviously, but I know a lot of people like the American Idol generation, we think, oh, it's just that one big hit or that one big thing and then I'm good for life. And I know everybody's story is different, but if you could maybe bring it a little more down to earth to kids who are listening and are thinking, oh, I had one hit 30 years ago and I don't ever got to try again or do or whatever, you got
to constantly work, man. It's a business. I mean, you could look at it like this. Shaquille O'Neal, Charles Barkley, all of those guys are still working. Like they are working like hell for TNT or ESPN, whoever they working for. They are steady working, and more NBA players are leaving the game and trying to get into, trying to keep working. No different with music, man. You get a good record, you get a hit record. You got to learn how to benefit from that. You got to learn how to work the social media, the PR, the marketing. It's a daily grind. And again, Skinny said it's not about being famous at a certain point. Being famous definitely help you. It give you a good springboard. But in today's game, man, you are fighting for streams. You're fighting for license deals, good publishing deals. So, that's the constant job that either you gonna do or you got to pay somebody to do it. And the more you know how to do, the more you save your money. But it's a constant thing. And we've been fortunate because we've had some good people in our corner. But and we got a record that continues to get licensed. So, it could have been a hit in 2008 when it came out, and that would have been one thing. That money would have been gone.
Right.
But the fact that it continues to get licensed now is the real reward with the song, that it continues to be relevant.
And the people that I have teenagers, and when my son was trying to tell his school friends, he's like, that one song that was in The Secret Life of Pets, I don't know if they use it for the trailer or it's in the movie. It's been a while. I've watched so many kids movies. I mean, you guys have kids, I'm sure.
Yeah, and if you don't know, like in that particular movie, Secret Life of Pets, they played about 90% of the song.
Oh,
which is kind of rare. They played almost the whole song. There's a whole 3-minute scene basically with our song playing, which means you make a little more. You make a little more as well. So
hell yeah.
The song is in the system as an artist. Make sure you learn about licensing music. That could be your sync license. That could be your key to winning. Give you a nice base of money that you can invest more into yourself in.
So on the topic of advice to artists and stuff, so I have another question. This is for like upcoming artists trying to break through or just really trying to understand the industry. What are your top tips on networking, identifying the right people to build a rapport with, and recognizing a real opportunity?
Well, I'm terrible at social media, but I assume that it's still good for networking. For me, man, it's just like meeting genuine people, meeting people who are not in the hip hop. For me, that's where I've met a lot of people who can actually help you, and you can learn a lot of things about sales. It all come back to sales, learning how to sell a product. I think, look into LinkedIn. That's a good place. I think that's a good place to be. And I like Reddit. Reddit has given me a nice network of people that I can turn to on any subject, whether some are wrong, some are right, but you can kind of decipher through a lot of comments. But yeah, that's how I made a good network in the beer world, in the HelloFresh world, whatever. I got a lot of community communities I'm in, but Reddit and LinkedIn, I think, are good.
I actually love that. I love Reddit so much. I go to there for advice, honestly.
As an artist, you got to get out though. You got to get in front of people. If you want to be an artist, you got to. You can't be a ghost. I mean, I guess you can. You can have a song that's out there and everybody's playing it, but no one knows who you are. You can't tour off that though. Touring is a big part of your income as an artist. You can go out there anywhere from $100 a show to $100,000 a show to $1 million a show. You know, the sky's the limit on how you perform and who you can perform in front of. Sync licensing, owning your masters. Owning your masters, if you don't know how to work your records, then it don't matter. It don't matter. Don't be so independent that you gotta own your masters and you don't do nothing with them. That's not the same thing as what I'm speaking of. Our ability to use Good Day in multiple different areas and things is with our sign off, because we own that record, is a big plus to what we're having this conversation about now in longevity. You know, if you have money coming in, you have that revenue you can invest not just back into your business, but into other things. And as an artist, if you want to get started, think of yourself as, how can I have a career in this? So educate yourself. Don't just get in the studio and freestyle all the time and think that you can be Lil Wayne or Jay-Z just because you have, you know, a microphone and a mixer. You still got to have dope production. You gotta still have to have a good team. You still got to have the patience, and you still got to be able to present yourself when the time comes to get in front of the right people to make that thing. You got to leave your city. If you think you're gonna become a star in Kennewick, you know, you're gonna be sadly mistaken.
Yeah.
That's not where the industry's at.
Right.
The music business right now is in Atlanta, or it's in LA, or it's in New York, or it's, if you're singing country, it's in Nashville. There's a couple little sub parts. You could probably go to Seattle and find some work and do some things, but it's already aligned there. So you got to figure out a way to get your shit out of your house, you know, and you got to if you're you know, you scared to get in front of people, stage fright, you got to get over that, or it ain't gonna work. You got to get in front of somebody to perform, or it's not gonna work. Like I said, you might be able to pull it off on the internet, but the internet is only a part of the overall success of an artist's career. It might be a big part. I don't know the pie chart percentages of it, but I know getting out there and grinding is a big part of it. If you don't get up every day believing in yourself, and this is the only thing you got to do, it won't happen that way. You can't be a sometime artist. You got to give it all, or let someone else do it, because you're all going up the highway.
So to add to that, right? Like, how would you recommend new upcoming artists to approach this industry? Like, should they approach it through a business mindset, or should they approach it as an artist who's passionate?
It's both. It's the music business. The music is the first part, but you don't have your shit together, you won't be there long.
Gotta have both. Can't have one without the other either.
Yeah, it's the music business. Because if you're just an artist, someone's gonna take advantage of you. You won't be an artist long. And if you so business that you can't be an artist, you won't be an artist too long. You know what I'm saying? So you got to be good, and you got to be good at what you do. Look at 50 Cent. He was an artist, but he got really good at business. And he has a whole other thing that he's running that's not even him rapping. And he can still do it, but he was a businessman as well as he took advantage of the opportunity that was there. Jay-Z, Eminem, Dr. Dre. I'm just throwing out artists that actually spun off and got something out of their music side that gave them something else. As a springboard, as soon as it happened, they took advantage of the business.
Yeah, so you bring up a really interesting point that I kind of want to talk about too. So I've been seeing a lot of artists nowadays kind of saying like, oh, branding is not a part of me because that's more on the business side and stuff. So what do you think? Do you think branding is still part of that artistry, or do you separate it?
And when you say Nappy Roots, you expect a certain thing, and that's the brand. That to me is the value of the brand, what people expect when they hear the name Nappy Roots. And we've spent 30 years building a credit up for that name. And you know, and we try to make sure we don't go out here and do something stupid that can just crumble the name very easily. And we try not to put out music that'll chip away from the name, you know. So branding is everything, honestly. Like, you know, over time, yeah, you come out with something unique as an artist, and that's great. It's fresh. You almost you got a blank canvas. But after 30 years of being in the game, you know, you you're leaning on your brand even more so than your new ideas. It's about, we trust this brand. It's kind of like there's hamburger shops around here that are way better than McDonald's, but you know what you're getting from McDonald's. It's just a proven brand, whether it's better or worse. You know exactly what it is, from the price to the way the hamburger looks. So your brand is something you build over time, and it's got to be strong, in my opinion.
It's your reputation.
Yeah.
It's part of your reputation. A lot of artists that are up and coming, they don't know who they are yet. They're probably young. They're probably 18, 21. They don't know who they are as a human being yet.
Right.
You don't get to that shit till you 30. You know what I'm saying? You think you know at 25. You think you know what you're doing at 21, but you don't figure that shit out till you're 27. So to try to be an artist at 18 and you was rapping since you was 12, yeah, you are gonna have different transformations that you're gonna go through. Your hair is gonna be long, it's gonna have dreads, you're gonna have blonde tips, you're gonna be bald headed for a while. You're gonna have a grill, you're gonna take that shit out because it's messing up your teeth. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna drink, then you're gonna work out. You're gonna go through changes in life, but your brand is who your reputation is. It's what you're known for. You know what I'm saying? And shit, look at Tekashi 6ix9ine. You know what he's known for. And he tried the longest to make all that other shit his brand.
Right.
He did the hair, the tattoos, all that shit. You're not known for none of that shit.
Yeah.
You're known for what, I don't have to speak on it, but I'm just saying, look at that as a brand. Look at that as someone who didn't really care about his brand and let whatever he did, ruin his brand, in my opinion. But
So
I never listened to his music, so he didn't never have me as a fan. So I can speak objectively about that brand that I noticed. Okay, you speak on brands, you got to bring that one up. Yeah. But like I said, look at Outkast and their brand. Look at Pink and her brand. For the longest, she had pink hair.
Yeah.
And she was dope, you know what I'm saying? But she's pink. Your brand is important. Anybody that tells you that ain't it, then they're sadly mistaken.
Yeah. So another question of mine is, again, this is on the topic of advice for upcoming artists. So a lot of Gen Z and new upcoming artists are quite shy. So what is some advice you would give to people for relationship building? Because I know you need to build pretty good relationships in order to kind of make it through the music industry and stuff.
I mean, for me, relationships have to be organic. That's just, you meet people, if you shy, Skinny just mentioned, you got to put yourself out there. You got to get out on the social scene, or, I think it's only so much you can do on the internet before you have to get out and actually shake hands with some people. And to build a real organic relationship, I think you got to be around somebody. That doesn't come from the internet. You got to get out and meet them. If somebody has something that helps you and you have something that helps them, then that's somebody who's worth starting a relationship with. Does that relationship work? Are they able to fulfill what they say they can do? Do you even like being around that person? That matters, and you'll learn that over time. But I like for all of my relationships, even if you can help me out, but we really don't get along, we can't be around each other, I'd rather not get that money. Organic, real relationships matter to me. I'd rather be around people who have similar morals and values as me, and you got to be around people to learn that.
Those are my questions, Miguel.
No, you guys have been so gracious with your time, and I do appreciate it. I would like to maybe just, we usually end the show with like advice for young things, but for younger artists. But I think y'all have a whole lot of jewels here,
yes,
and I appreciate that.
Yeah.
But I do want to ask like a little fun question before we wrap it up. We're gonna have the biggest show of your guys' career, and it could be any venue you want, Madison Square, or if there's a hometown venue that you like. But you guys are gonna open the show, and you can pick the middle and the closer, and it could be anybody of all time. If you want Marvin Gaye and Prince, so it's a dream gig, right? So what's the venue and who's the middle and the closer, dead or alive?
Because the venue doesn't matter if you got the right people, but let's play the game.
Yeah.
Not Atlanta. I want to say Louisville, because that's like Kentucky, really repping Kentucky.
What's the biggest like venue there? Like arena, stadium?
Yum Center.
Okay.
We performed there.
Oh shit. Okay. Good.
With the legends of hip hop.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, we have.
Y'all already
Already
had
done
this
that.
show.
We
Huh?
done
Done it. That's right. Yeah.
Y'all did it.
Shit,
This is
man.
why y'all can't think you did it for real.
Let's go with this because we ride past it. Yeah, we done it.
Damn.
Okay, let's say Bonnaroo.
Okay.
Because we rode past Bonnaroo a lot, like when we coming home from shows, because it's north of Atlanta.
Okay.
All right, Bonnaroo. Who's the second act? I feel like Wu-Tang somewhere. Outkast. How can we not say
We
Outkast?
performed with Outkast too.
Yeah.
It's flex after flex.
Yeah.
guys.
We performed with everybody you can think of that I would have been a fan of. I feel like we've done that. Like I said, we did a tour with Jay-Z,
Yeah.
Yeah.
like in NERD. Like
Yeah.
there's things that we've touched that coming from Kentucky during that era that we came from. It's an honor already. But I would say Bonnaroo, Wu-Tang, and Jimi Hendrix.
Oh, nice.
Solid.
And I would open up.
Solid.
I would
Yeah.
open up the first 30
I like
minutes
Yeah.
and let Wu-Tang come on, and then Jimi Hendrix.
Yeah,
As
all right.
good as it gets.
Yeah. I love that. Yeah.
And
I
it's
roll
like,
with
you
this.
know,
Yeah. But yeah, man, again, for the Tri-Cities mixtape, William and Miguel, we want to thank the Nappy Roots.
Thank y'all.
I'm sorry, your name again?
Fish scales.
Fish Scales and
Skinny
Skinny D. Oh, Skinny DeVille. I know Skinny. I'm not gonna.
they call me Skinny D.
No.
I have multiple nicknames.
All right. But no, you guys are so awesome for taking the time, and I cannot wait to watch y'all perform.
Yes.
Just again, you guys are legends, and just to sit here and y'all share your story, I really appreciate y'all, and this has been
Time
amazing.
and energy, man. I appreciate it.
Yeah, y'all. Yeah, and we want to thank y'all for listening, and stay blessed.
Yeah.
Bye, guys.
Wow, that was a great interview, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was so amazing. So insightful, if I'm being so honest with you.
We are on episode 50 here on the Tri-Cities mixtape. We went real big with having our biggest interview so far, the Nappy Roots. We've been lucky to be a part of the Clover Island Concert Series, and that's where we got this interview with Nappy Roots. Now, not all of us have been to every show. I mean, I have, but
Okay, weird flex. Weird
Literally
flex.
staring right at certain
But
people.
let's start with our the most recent one. We had Cherry Poppin' Daddies this last one. We were all at that
Yeah.
one. But no, there were a lot of very well-dressed people there.
Yeah. No, oh my gosh. That was the first time we've had a show where people actually wanted to dress up.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was so awesome.
Yeah.
I loved watching everybody's cute little outfits.
Yes. The purple suit. Oh my god.
Oh,
that
yeah,
one was
yeah,
really
Yeah, a lot of
nice.
like very young people were dressed up. But what was your experience there,
Oh,
JP?
oh my God. So I brought my daughter, and it was super fun for her. She really liked No Soap Radio.
Oh,
Like,
those guys were awesome.
She was like drawing little things in her little sketchbook and drew a picture of some of the people in the band.
Oh,
I thought about
awesome.
like being a weird fangirl and like sending them a picture of it, but then I
Yeah.
was like, maybe that's too much.
No, I would have had them autograph it right there in
Oh,
front of my
really?
child so they couldn't say
Maybe
no.
You're
Oh my
right.
gosh,
I totally
yeah.
missed an opportunity. Wow. Thank you. Now I feel like a terrible parent. Anyway, but I did let her go to the merch table, and she bought like every piece of merchandise. That
Oh,
they had.
awesome.
Yeah, and they told me that they were sold out on shirts. Like I took the last one, so I'm
Oh.
happy for them for that.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah. Anyway, but yeah, Cherry Poppin' Daddies were awesome. It was really fun. It was good energy, and I felt like it was a show that like every age group could enjoy. Everybody have fun listening.
All the
to it.
dancing was amazing.
Yeah.
Your son danced a lot, Miguel.
No, I thought he was
He was-
joking.
he was
I
the
thought he
star
was
of the
joking
show.
when he's like, I'm going to my girlfriend's house and we're going to practice dancing. And I'm like, okay, kid. I thought he was just making fun of like, the video that I'd sent him of the swing dancing and the whole thing. But no,
Yeah.
he was into it. And he was serious, and him and his little girlfriend were dancing.
It was
I know,
so
I saw
cute.
it. It was so cute.
I haven't seen.
So
I
fun.
saw a little bit of him like doing some footwork, but I was busy.
I have so much media. It's
Rain
just
has
still uploading.
amazing media of Miguel.
Yeah, I saw
Oh my God,
Rain. You
Miguel,
were there
Miguel.
catching a lot of the dancers.
Yeah.
At that
To
point.
tell us about that.
So okay, so I honestly think that this show was like one of the best shows, to be totally honest.
Oh yeah, it was fun.
So between the opener just having amazing energy, and so the openers too, it was really cool because as they were walking walking around. You could tell that they were all together because of the black outfits with the pink.
Yeah, pink headband, pink glasses, pink.
I think that was a good PR move. My daughter
Definitely.
immediately
Very inexpensive,
wanted
too.
the pink headband.
Yeah.
It was like $2.
Great branding.
Their stage energy was out of this world.
Yes.
The music was popping. And then when the other band came on, Cherry Poppin' Daddies, it was just crazy. It was beautiful to see how many people started getting up and dancing and just being involved. And that's something that I feel like we need more of. We need more of that dancing, more of that passion at the shows.
That
And this show
stage
just
presence.
nailed it, dude.
Like, every concert needs to be like Rocky Horror Picture Show, where everybody shows up in character and is ready to go fucking crazy.
Yes. And
That's it. We're taking it over now. Instead,
that's
the
honestly,
Rocky Horror Clover Island concert. We'll add more fucking names to this concert series.
Yeah.
Oh my God, I can't even keep up.
But actually, going back, Rain, you participated in some interviews. We interviewed Henny, right?
Yep.
And did you sit in on any others? Or was that just-
No, I sat down. I think I asked like 2 questions to Henny. That was technically my very.
But you were
first
on
interview.
mic. But yeah.
And then Noby's was my first
right.
real interview.
Yeah. We had to do Nobody's back at my place because we stayed up till they kicked us out. Well, actually, they didn't kick us out. And as long as they let us stay, we were there jamming with like half of Noby's band,
Half of his family.
His brothers and the violinist, saxophonist, my son
Jean.
Vic. I was playing guitar in there too. Top and Yo were playing guitar. It was crazy.
Both of Top and Yo were singing too. Oh my gosh, Top's singing voice to this day. Like I've heard it, but like not like that.
Yeah.
Oh my
It's so funny
gosh.
like talking to him because all his music is just like, but then you talk to him, he's just like so
actually showed-
chill and like I was watching an interview with him and he's just like such a sweet,
He's
sweet
such
and
a humble
thoughtful.
guy.
But then like on his music, I'm just like I'm afraid of this dude and
I was
clutching my
actually,
pearls like
I was
oh my
actually
god.
just showing him. I was like, you want to know what plays in my head all day? And then I showed him Black Punks, and he's like, I did not expect that.
Right.
No,
Literally all day on repeat is their newest song.
But yeah, that one. And speaking of like backstage jamming, 2 weeks ago, who was the show 2 weeks ago?
2 weeks ago,
When you and Yami were doing
Pigs on the
karaoke
Wing.
the whole time.
Pigs on the Wing.
At Pigs on the Wing,
yes.
we
Pink
had a
Floyd
little
tribute, yeah.
we had a little jam session with Callie. He's part of the sound crew or the stage crew for Emerald Spark events. Came up and we played Zombie. We played some Justin Bieber.
and then my one and only Mariah Carey.
Oh shit! Oh, we did not post video of that one. That was a good
that's okay,
one.
but it was really good.
No,
It was
Yami got a
fun.
video of it, but she never shared it.
Oh, that's fine.
But
She's
also-
gatekeeping.
Yeah. Also, that was one of the first shows where we had all this nice Ted Brown gear, and Yami and William loved hearing their
No,
own
literally.
voices through these nice microphones and these
that's
nice
true.
headphones, where they were just doing like, one-on-one karaoke for
confirm.
most of the
Yeah.
show.
Literally.
And
Yes.
voices.
No, literally, and it was so funny because like we harmonized so well like through the mics, and I was like, oh my god, this is the first. Like, is this how it feels to be a recording artist? Like, it was so awesome.
It's also that's what good chemistry feels like. But also,
Yes,
I do think you and Yami should have like you guys can totally host episodes of this or have your own podcast if
Yeah.
you want. We might be doing the Girls Being Girls podcast.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
That'll be really fun.
Okay, I don't know if we'll ever release this. I mean, it's only in the files that we sent you. It's not on my computer anymore. But Rain and a local influencer, Anam. But maybe one day we'll release the 2-minute podcast of these two girls checking the mics. It was awesome. They got into so many different topics, and even I don't know if we can release it because you guys were making fun of a local band's name.
It was just because Andrew's in it, okay?
Okay, I don't know who. Yeah, I mean I know who Andrew is, but I don't know what the relationship there is.
He's just a nerd, and he's not someone who looks like he would ever be in a band called Word Up.
Right. What?
Like, newsflash, all musicians are nerds. Like they just pretend like they're not. Like it's so for real. I'm telling you. It's true.
But what else? What other events can we recall that we were at?
Prior to Pigs on the Wing, we also had Queen Mother tribute.
Oh, Queen
Yeah.
Mother
That
was
one was
awesome.
really
JP had
good.
it. Yeah, we released
I
that
don't know if
interview.
those guys.
Yeah, I don't know if you were there, Rain. Were you there? No, but
No.
honestly,
That was, like, right
one of
before.
the other best shows that we've had.
That one was
Yeah.
so good. That for me was like the number one.
that- oh,
it
I
was
was
so
gone
so
before
good.
I-
When I think
that
you
was,
were
like,
gone.
the week before you joined.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. And oh my god, the main singer sounded exactly.
Oh
like,
yeah, and
he
the
was
energy
amazing.
was insane. Like
Yeah.
they were so good. I was not expecting it to be that good. Like maybe that sounds shitty, but like good
Well,
job.
no, I mean-
But
good
it's
job,
true
you guys,
though,
as
'cause
Queen
it's like-
Mother.
it's
Well, yeah,
tribute
it's a tribute
bands,
band,
you know?
so like it could be
Yeah.
many different ways.
Yeah,
But,
yeah.
but
Yeah.
it was the best way, and I loved it.
Well,
But
also,
then when we
that's
were,
what
like,
Go ahead.
sorry,
go ahead.
no,
sorry.
we were interviewing them, and he said that he did like some dance move, and he like ended up like really injuring himself, and I was like, oh god, okay, this guy got a lot of energy. And then I was like, so you never did that again? He's like, oh no, of course I did. And so
Yeah.
I was like, oh, he's dedicated. And then when I saw him perform, I
Yes.
was like, oh, I see.
Yeah,
Like-
he's really committed to being
Yeah.
like Freddie Mercury.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
It's
fully,
crazy. Yeah. Even dressed like him too, and tried like not tried.
Oh, the outfits
talks
were
like him.
amazing.
Yes,
They were insane.
Yeah.
But no, I think interviewing these bands and going to these shows has given me more of an appreciation because I had whatever stereotype or preconceived ideas about tribute bands or cover bands or whatever. And these guys are all very talented musicians, and they aren't just the sad old men dressing up like the Beatles that I thought they would be. You know what I'm saying?
Wow.
I'm
I hope You feel
sorry.
good about that, Queen Mother.
No. I'm saying they weren't that.
Cut it, cut it, cut it.
You
They,
changed Miguel's mind.
yes,
forever.
yes.
love
I will
that.
never. I would never be judgmental.
That's what Not
again.
Green Day did for me.
Oh, okay. There you go.
I was not a big fan of cover bands at all until I saw
Yeah.
Not Green Day, and I was like, okay, I get it.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
it really, yeah. It's
I'm
I feel,
looking forward to that one,
I
too.
feel like they like tribute bands really need to like really like commit to it and not. It's so weird. Like in a marketing standpoint, like I feel like if they like dressed up or like put out that persona on social media rather than just placing themselves as a tribute band,
Right.
like it would attract so many. It would break the stigma, honestly. Like it would just make it more interesting.
But I think there's like
tribute bands.
legalities about that where they have
That's
to mention
true.
it because there's certain things they have to mention if they're doing covers essentially. If they're a tribute band, they can't say
Yeah,
that.
yeah, even
Well, I'm
yeah,
talk-
even the wording. Some of it is a tribute to
Yes, yeah.
or
Yeah.
a celebration
And I think
of.
that has to do with
like-
the legalities of the different artists that they're tributing, they're paying tribute to.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's like, I don't
feel-
know because I'm not a.
Well, no, I had a
No,
cousin.
no,
I had a
that's
cousin
right,
who did
though, that's right.
a stage version of Hamilton,
Mm-hmm.
and they could sing the songs, but they couldn't dress up like any of the Hamilton characters.
Oh, okay.
They
So-
couldn't really.
Yeah, so they could only sing the songs from Hamilton, but they couldn't inhabit the characters or dress up as the characters.
Man,
what did they dress up as?
They were just dressed like normal
Just-
people,
sometimes-
but
I know,
singing
that would be
Hamilton
so
songs.
cool. Hamilton
But singing
before-
Hamilton songs.
Where they
That'd
just
be so
were wearing,
cool.
everybody was wearing a black T-shirt. And,
Yeah,
and
or
jeans
something like
whatever.
that. Yeah,
Wow, I love copyright, but I hate it for this instance.
right.
Like, cause it's like, bro. Anyway, whatever.
Just like all the other Clover Island shows, it's doors at 6, music at 7. Is that right,
That
William?
is correct.
Yeah.
Media director.
Oh my God.
I'm not even an
this isn't
organizer.
going
Like
well.
this is so hard.
even
Like
an organizer.
I'm being asked things I don't know, guys. Like I'm there just to take videos and have
I designed and
fun.
printed the flyer, but I never read it.
Yeah, no, actually though.
To be fair, with how many flyers and media he creates, though,
I've
trying to
created
remember
so
all of the
much.
dates
Right,
and-
right.
And times, that is so hard.
No, literally, and everything. Like some things changed too. Like we had original artists that were gone, and so I'm like,
Yeah.
oh my god. And then like we had new artists who were added, and I'm like, what is going on, guys? So yeah, that's.
Yo,
Don't ask me for anything because I won't remember. My mind sometimes it goes blank. Like I
That's-
look like I'm present, but I'm not. Like I'm disassociating.
that's when you just go for any event information. Go ahead and check out the Clover Island Instagram.
Yeah, exactly. Promo. I love it.
One Way Out, an Allman Brothers tribute band. Sunday, July 20th, we have Cody Beebe and the Crooks with Peyton Drury opening up. On August 3rd, we have Metalachi with Estilo Diferente.
Metalachi is a metal mariachi band.
Yeah,
and
they're
everyone needs to go.
awesome.
It's really good. They
And-
have such a great personality. They're from LA.
Yeah, and Estilo Diferente, you can go back and listen to our interview with them.
They're huge
They're-
on TikTok.
They are great,
Yeah.
great band.
Yeah.
On Sunday, August 10th, we have Not Green Day with Colorblind.
Yes.
And the next one that I'm most excited about is August 17th, the 512 Selena Experience. And I think we should all be dressed in that purple, like bell-bottom-y
I'll dress as, like-
bodysuit
Yeah.
I
that
have
Selena was
so
famous
many
for.
purple bell-bottom outfits.
This was made for.
So
and
many.
also, we're still gonna have a leading up to that a washing machine contest for free tickets.
Yes.
To the
Washing
show.
machine contest.
What's a washing
sorry, is that a
machine?
dance?
Oh god, you know what? You guys got to check us out on TikTok and Instagram, and I will show you that in a
You're
minute.
making me feel
and
old.
We're ending the series with Paper Flowers, remembering Fleetwood Mac on August 24th,
Yes.
and that is going to be a
They're
beautiful one.
fantastic. I've seen like their videos and stuff, and oh my god, like I'm
Yes.
like, girl.
I'm excited.
Yeah.
I'm super excited. Super excited.
You guys keep talking about stuff. while
And I have
post the
Stevie
thing.
Nicks sweatshirt that I'm going to be wearing.
That's so cute.
It's, yes.
I don't know. I'm really excited. We're about to end the concert series this August. We only have 4 main concerts left. 4 Sundays left, and
4
then
headliners.
that's it. Yeah.
And we've had a great time at all the shows so far.
Absolutely.
Yeah, so we hope y'all enjoyed the interview, and you hope that y'all enjoyed our recap of the Clover Island Concert Series so far. Go back and check out our interviews with Fastlane, Queen Mother, and more coming out every Wednesday. So for Miguel and
William Hernandez.
It's JP, y'all.
And Rain Darling.
this is the Tri-Cities Mixtape, and thank y'all for listening. Whoop.
I feel like that was a very ADHD